found him. Hey guys, what's up? It's Clay Ranger 143 here, along with...
You know who I am.
No, we don't.
I'm Radioactive Girl 00.
And...
I'm Dick Richard.
I'm Dick Richard!
I'm Thunderbuddy 01.
There you go. Anyways, in this episode of Radio Reviews, we're going to be taking a look at one of those scarce weather radios that you don't see very often. And that would be the Oregon Scientific WR608.
So, about the WR608. So, by the looks of it from a distance, it kind of looks like a more bricky version of the 12-991.
Made by Radioshack. I mean, it does share a similar speaker grill pattern.
Yeah.
You see that? Like, actually, I'm gonna bring it next to the 991.
Kind of like how you bring yourself now.
I thought we were gonna get rid of that.
You can just censor it out.
It's not that easy, bitch.
Bitch, I could censor out the stuff way easier than you can, and I use Apple products.
Exactly. I don't fucking have Apple.
And I also have Camtasia, which you can get on your computer. Everyone, I would recommend Camtasia. It's an amazing video editor. You can get it for, I don't know, maybe $99.99 on Camtasia on TechSmith.com.
Alright, I got it! I mean, go inside. Make yourself at home.
Oh, Christ. But yeah, so...
Anyways. Okay. Oh, wait, where's the... Oh, there we go. As you can see, they look kind of similar to each other, especially with the backlights. They're both orange. They're both black radios.
That's
Speakers
racist.
No, it isn't, bitch. Anyways, speakers on the left side. Antennas on the right side. And the buttons are also on the right side. And it displays everything on the left. I think Oregon Scientific must have had some inspiration from the 991. They had to, because it's too obvious already.
Yeah.
They had to have some inspiration from it. And the 991 also takes 3 batteries.
True.
This one also takes 3 batteries.
So, on the side you have your, hold on, let's see if I can... I am not used to holding this camera.
Here, get it in the light real quick. Here.
I was trying to focus it, but alright.
It works better when you do it in the light.
Yeah, so this takes a 7.5 volt DC adapter, or AC adapter, or whatever the hell it is. Has a speaker jack, and it has a external antenna jack as well.
Mm-hmm. Weird thing is that this is on the side of the radio. It's like a modern version of the 109, 102, and the 105.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. I mean, at least in my honest opinion, because you don't have too many weather radios that have all the essential items that you need to power it on, the antenna on the side of the radio. Usually you'd have that on the back, but there's nothing on the back. It's just bare. There's nothing there. It's all on the side. This radio can also be hung with 2 nails or screws on the wall, so it can be wall mounted. Even though you can't really see the screen that well, unless you probably had it up here. I'll use the 74109 as an anchor.
Next thing you know, the 74109 falls. I mean, what?
No, it's already on screws, so... Anyways. But yeah. We're going to get into this radio's cool quirks and weird features, and I'm pulling a Doug DeMuro yet again. Don't judge me. And,
Everyone judged him in the comments. I mean, what?
God damn it!
God damn it, the Beavers did.
Piss! Better to be pissed off than pissed on, I know.
Alright, so...
Anyways, since this radio does not have a siren test, we're just going to get into the button beeps real quick. All right, so we're doing the button beeps on the Oregon Scientific WR608. Let's take a listen to these.
Sounds oddly familiar, doesn't it?
It does.
That's a little
That's
bit.
higher.
So.
That's higher pitched.
So. Oh yeah, it does.
Wait a minute, actually.
It's a little bit lower pitched, but you.
Same with this. Yeah, basically the button beeps are really higher pitched than any of those radios. Well, the 74200 maybe the same. Kind of sounds similar, but yeah, the button beeps are very high pitched. First impressions, it's okay.
Yeah, it's nothing we haven't heard before.
But it can get annoying after a while.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to set it up. And is there a way to turn them off, actually?
Don't think so.
Yeah, that's the worst part. So, this radio does have a lot of limited features. But we're still gonna, get past all that. Anyways. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and already go outside on the driveway, actually, and take a look at the reception.
So, next feature we're going to be talking about as we walk outside into the blazing sun.
It's rising heat, peoples. Wait, what?
Now, if it was rising heat, you... Oh, shoot, where are the cars?
They're gone.
Just like your hopes and dreams. I mean, what?
And yours, too, since they're dusty in the closet for
All right, yeah,
18 years.
all right, yeah, let's not go near that beehive. So.
Yeah, let's not.
Oh, shit, we're doing this walk again.
What this walk? You mean this run?
Michael, I'm wearing sandals. Come on now. I'm wearing sandals. If I was wearing sneakers, I'd be able to catch up to you. But I also don't want to drop this phone. What?
I'm not going any further.
Why? What happened?
That happened.
Oh, spider? Hold on. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera.
It's an orb web spider.
Yeah, let's not go near
Let's
that.
not go near that. Let's go right here up on the crest.
That's what she said.
Here.
Right here?
Yeah. I'll sit in this rocky area. I'll stand or sit. I'll stand for now. But as I catch my breath from all that running, let's go ahead and do the reception on it. So.
Yeah, don't mind the puny antenna. That's how it came from the factory.
Yeah. We need to discuss that too. But here's how it's gonna be.
So right now it's on standby. If you mind letting me hold this. So right now you can't really see it that well. There we go. You can't really see it, but it's on standby. You press that again. That brings it on standby. It's technically still in standby, but it's more silent.
Yeah.
So this way it doesn't wake you up at 3 a.m. for any alerts. Which reminds me of that you don't need to wake me up at 3 a.m. for special rain warnings.
Yes, they do. What? They're just like Cleveland. They're just like Cleveland.
And you press it again, it turns off the weather alert feature. Hence why the light up here stopped blinking. You turn this on.
And that's Rock Hill, right?
Yeah. You press and hold the menu to access it.
Timmy! Get your shit together! Greenville Spartan piss! Fuck! If we go into the channels here,
yeah.
You press menu or?
Yeah, press menu. It doesn't change automatically. You have to apply it. That's Asheville.
We already did Rock Hill. Linville. Charlotte. Doubt we'll get anything through here. Nope. Mooresville.
Chance of rain 30%. Thursday night, mostly cloudy. Lows around 70. Friday, partly sunny. Storms.
Bristol.
Upper 50s to low 90s. Monday night,
Channel automatic.
Yeah,
Also automatic.
Yeah, basically. So the automatic, it basically scans for the best reception, for the best receiving channel. Kind of like
So
with
just
the
like the Radioshacks.
yeah.
hot with highs in the upper 90s.
Oh, damn.
Heat index values up to 105 in the afternoon.
Hear that?
Heat index values.
Mostly cloudy. Lows in the mid-70s. Wednesday, partly sunny with a chance of thunderstorms. A chance of showers. Hot with highs in the mid-90s. Chance of rain 50%. Wednesday night, a chance of thunderstorms until midnight. Mostly cloudy with a chance of showers. Lows in the lower 70s.
So, yeah. That is the reception on the Oregon Scientific WR608. Now we're going to get into the next feature. A bad feature, unfortunately. That would be this puny-ass antenna. So, the antenna on the Oregon Scientific WR608. It is incredibly small for what it is. It just barely passes the height of the version 2 WR100. If you had this radio, well, Nicholas has it, but I'm talking like you guys watching the video through the computer screen or the phone screen or whatever the fuck you're watching it through. If you had this radio in real life, you would understand. Plus, the antenna is mounted very weirdly. Oh, it's squeaking too.
Yeah, about that. I tried to swap out the antenna on that one from the Solar Link, but let's just say I kind of forgot to put the washers back on because you know how much of a bitch they are to put in.
Yeah.
And I had to tighten it so it didn't have antenna arthritis. So
I can see why you did that now. But yeah.
So the antenna is extremely small for a radio like this.
I mean, it does get decent reception, but this is not an ideal thing, you know?
Yeah.
Antennas shouldn't be that small for radios, you know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
with it, you know, just like what she said too, the bigger the better. What? It's true. A nice zooming effect.
Little do you know that I wasn't zooming.
Oh.
So
Sorry for my assumption. But yeah, I'll let you take over. Do you have anything to say about this antenna?
the antenna, yeah, hold on, just hold that for a second.
Okay.
So about the antenna, Oregon Scientific, why did you make it bigger? Like, women wouldn't be able to be pleased with that.
I mean, not wrong.
I mean, what?
I thought we were done!
But little do you know that I won't be done.
Anyways. Bitch. Wait, what? Anyways.
So yeah, the antenna, I would suggest, if you're lucky, I would suggest maybe investing in a better antenna for this radio, because there are probably some spares out there on eBay.
Yeah, probably. Then again, this radio didn't really get that many sales, I think.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I mean, you don't see too many of these. At least not in real life.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you can buy them. That's the thing. You can buy them, but you don't see too many of them.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's talk about the next feature of this radio, which is how it actually activates for alerts. So this radio, despite it having a screen and being that small and not having a siren, Clay over there behind the camera would think that it's 1050 hertz activated, and then he would go on a complete rampage about how radios with a screen should be same activated.
But it's not. I did my research. This radio, believe it or not, as if it wasn't obvious already, it's same activated.
Yeah.
So thank God they got something right.
So anyway, so if I take the camera here, I would to demonstrate how this works. So let's say GSP issues a Amber Alert off for South Carolina, because they actually tone Amber Alerts for South Carolina.
Yeah, they do.
And if something like that were to come in, this radio would activate, the volume would get turned up to full blast, which I don't know why Oregon Scientific would do that. Like, I've been woken up by this thing at night by Upton's bullshit antics with this radio on full blast.
Yeah. Hey, you want to know what that radio is also like? The WR102N. The handheld that we reviewed in West Virginia. It's just like that. That radio doesn't have a siren either.
Yeah, so we obviously both mentioned that this radio doesn't have a siren. So the cool thing is this actually uses the broadcast as its I'll try to do this with one hand, as its siren. Basically, what I mean by that, by in quotes, it'll actually turn on and go straight to the broadcast, like some radios that have 1050 hertz activation.
To put it simply, the FRX3 that has 1050 hertz activation, and when it receives 1050 hertz tones over the broadcast, it'll automatically turn on full volume or whatever volume you have it on. Basically, that's what this thing does, except this one is same activated.
Yeah. It'll actually, if I remember correctly, it'll actually scroll advisory first, then the name of the alert. Because this radio actually does have a tricolor LED. You just can't really see it because there's no alerts in effect. And my dumb self forgot to bring my stealth activation kit!
Well, you couldn't bring it because you flew down here this time instead of driving.
Good point, but yeah. So this radio would have green for it would say green for tests and just monitoring for alerts, because that's something that this radio would do. It would turn orange for any alerts that are in effect while the broadcast is playing, or if it's on standby like it is right now. And I actually saw this. It turns red if there's an alert in effect, and the radio is completely powered off like that.
You want to know what would be really cool, in my opinion, if the display actually changed color with the type of alert got issued?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, but it would be kind of hard to implement that into a radio like this. I mean,
Not really.
I mean, yeah, technically the lacrosse, or one of the lacrosse radios, or I forget what radio. I forget the model, the make of the radio, but
It's the one that Katie has, that yellow one with the flashlight on the side. It's that one.
Yeah. So yes, technically they may have gotten away with implementing that, but then it would have made the price of this radio a bit more expensive.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, so technically this uses the... Oh, and if you want to see the message, you press this message button, or this button that says MSG right here.
Yeah.
Obviously,
MSG.
yeah. And it says no message because there's nothing in effect, obviously. But yeah. Now that we've discussed that, let's go into the next bad feature about this radio, and it's the backlight. So, you see this button that says light/snooze? See, the backlight turns on, but after a couple of seconds, it turns
only
off.
lasts for 6 seconds. I counted in my mind. It will only last for literally 6 seconds. 6 fucking seconds!
Longer than you could last in. So, technically, this radio only has a temporary backlight, which I think is just stupid.
Just like the 991.
And the 993, and the version 2, and the version 1.
Mm-hmm.
And even, I don't even take the other Oregon Scientific radios that I know of that have a backlight.
They don't have backlights. They don't have backlight settings to make it constant. They don't have that.
Yeah, they do not, which I think is just fucking gay!
It is. It really is.
Why couldn't you make the backlight constant for those that actually use these radios as night lights?
I mean, I use my weather radios as night lights. It's actually pretty mesmerizing.
Yeah, as do I, but I mean, I occasionally, sometimes I'll turn the backlights off if I need to, because unlike Michael's WR120, I'm actually trying to preserve some of the backlight left on it. I don't know if you've noticed, but if we go back inside real quick, I'll pause the recording. We'll teleport there! So, after doing some thinking, I just remembered we have to do another feature after we film this segment. So,
yeah.
But basically, I'll just explain it to those that aren't really that big, that aren't really following this channel as much. So, Michael's WR120, he's had since
2012.
Yeah, 2012. It's 7 years old.
Yeah.
And he's left the backlight on constant probably since then. You could probably imagine what's going on with the backlight now.
It's very dim. Just like my hopes and dreams.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not wrong.
But yeah, the backlight is just extremely dim.
That it is.
So, with that being said, I guess maybe Oregon Scientific is doing a good job of at least trying to preserve the backlight on there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, for those that actually use the radios like night lights, what are you doing?
What?
What are you doing, Oregon Scientific? With the only temporary backlight. And actually, I can say this too. Midland, Radioshack. Why are your backlights only temporary?
The Big Steve has returned, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, absolutely. So,
If we go back up here, we're actually going to the speaker quality. Right. The speaker quality on the Oregon Scientific WR608 weather station. It literally says that. Weather station.
go focus.
That's literally what it says on the bottom. Along with the fucking FCC! But, let's go ahead and turn the radio on to KHC-27. Or as he butchered it as KKC-27. Is that an offer?
No, because if it was an offer, I'd be doing this.
Good point.
North winds around 5 miles an hour. Sunday, mostly sunny.
That's as high as you can go,
With highs
7.
in the lower 90s.
Yeah.
7?
Northeast winds around 5 miles
Only
an hour.
7?!
Sunday night, partly cloudy. Lows in the lower 70s. East winds around 5 miles an hour. The extended forecast for the listening area. Monday, mostly sunny.
So yeah, speaker quality, very tinny.
Yeah, it is. As a matter of fact, I'll turn it on again just so you guys can get a second glance of it.
Tuesday, mostly sunny. Hot with highs in the upper 90s. Heat index values up to 105 in the afternoon. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy. Lows in the mid.
This sounds more tinny than Presley's voice.
Oh, I heard that.
Huh?
Now you're gonna get it.
Run, Forrest, run! Presley, there's a fresh roll of Play-Doh for you over there.
So, the final thoughts on the Oregon Scientific WR608. After, the analysis we made on this. It's a decent radio for what it is. It definitely has some flaws and some inconsistencies, as you can clearly see. Also, there are some good features on this radio too. Apart from the temporary backlight that only lasts 6 seconds. But Oregon Scientific tried their best, and they made a weather radio that does the job. So, if you want a decent radio like this, a simple radio that just does the job, then you can go ahead and buy this. I would not recommend it personally as a first weather radio, or radio in general, but for a collection piece, I would recommend it.
All right. If I may give my recommendation, so
Yeah.
if you live in an apartment complex where some people can be quite the bitch, I would definitely recommend this radio because it doesn't have a loud siren like I don't know, maybe half or 90% of these radios in this room, and it just lets you know of any warnings. Like sometimes I wake up and I get woken up by either Albany or Upton,
Or maybe Taunton.
technically Taunton. Like I can only get their alerts. I can't get any of their stations.
Yeah.
Unless the weather conditions are like super, super good, then maybe I could get WXL 93. But other than that, I can't really get any Taunton stations. But yeah, this radio is quiet. It works efficiently. I mean, the backlight is a slight inconvenience, but it does the job. And I would personally recommend it if you're in an area prone to noise complaints
I noticed that on the right side of the display, it's dimming a little bit.
It's dimming a bit.
Yeah, you see that?
I don't. Hold on.
Like, look in your eye-to-eye contact.
Eye to eye contact.
Yeah, not through the camera, but look.
All right. Oh, I can kind of see it on the camera too.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, but then again, I also got this radio used, so.
Yeah,
Oh, my freaking pinky's in the shot.
it's okay. But yeah, just so you know, that's our analysis on the WR608. So, on that note, we will conclude this episode of Radio Reviews. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, slap that like button. Subscribe to my channel for future content. Also, subscribe to ThunderBuddy01's YouTube channel and support his Patreon account. And also subscribe to Radioactive Girl 00 over here, all the way from Clovis, California, through the wonders of Dick Sword calling.
Yes.
So, thank you guys for watching. This is Clay Ranger 143 signing out, along with
Radioactive Girl 00.
And human passion fruit.
or human plum. Anyways. And we'll see you next time on another episode of Radio Reviews. Bye.
We won't.
Yes, we will.
You'll definitely see him with